This very confused commenter says, God, I wish, or I would love for TikTok and YouTube to go away forever. I realize it's not going to happen, and fat people can still make a living by sitting on their asses, but it's wishful thinking. Well, I'm fat, and I make a living by sitting on my ass making content, but more importantly, why are you on either platform? Why are you on TikTok or YouTube if you wish they would both just go away? Be the change that you want in the world, Puddin'. Lead by example. Delete your TikTok. Delete your YouTube. For the rest of you who don't want YouTube or TikTok to go away, we're going to use this idiot's comment as an excuse to make even more money on TikTok and YouTube while sitting on our asses making content. And today, I'm going to read to you a little bit from my first book. If you don't know yet, I've self-published 2 books. This is my first book. It is a Grateful Life, the life story of a husband, father, and taco-loving deadhead, and it is the story of the first 45 years of my life. And I'm going to read to you now from Chapter 4, The Unlikely Parents of a Legend. Because you see, when you write the book, you can refer to yourself however you want. If you have your book, please turn to page 52 and read along with us, starting at the bottom of the page. We're talking about my father in this instance. Because he worked so much, he would sometimes miss holidays. I can remember refusing to eat Thanksgiving dinner at my aunt's house until Dad arrived. I sat on the couch in the living room, staring out the window as I waited to see his car coming down the street, but he never came. It would be yet another holiday without my father. My mother never understood why I continued to cling to a man that was never around, but he was my father. I was a child. What did she expect? She just wanted everyone to hate who she hated. Sorry, Ethel, but that's not how this works. Dad usually could be found with his pipe in hand. The smell of Middleton's cherry blend pipe tobacco hung in the house so heavily our clothes smelled like it. I miss that smell. In our house, there was always an ashtray full of used pipe tobacco and an Allen wrench, which was Dad's tool of choice for digging the old tobacco out of his pipe. The end of his right thumb was permanently charred from using it to tamp down the tobacco after taking a drag. I cannot even begin to calculate how many dollars I've spent on cherry blend tobacco for my father or for my dad over my lifetime. He was not exactly what you would call an expert on fine dining either. In fact, most of what he ate would make a billy goat puke. One of his favorite snacks to make during a football game or televised drag racing event was fried egg sandwiches. He would toast an entire loaf of bread and fry up a dozen eggs. He would then make fried egg sandwiches out of all of that with ketchup on each sandwich. Then he would have a cereal bowl filled with syrup, and he would dip the sandwiches into the syrup before eating them. I know, you are trying to reread that last sentence to make sure you read it correctly, aren't you? Yeah, you read it correctly. Hopefully none of you reading this have recently eaten. His taste in food was horrendous. He loved pepper and egg sandwiches on Fridays during Lent, which is not unusual at all, but he would have his dipped in the beef juice the same way you dip your Italian beef sandwich. Vile. Disgusting. Putrid. He would frequently stop for a Maxwell Street Polish with onions and mustard, and cause the car to stink of onions and Polish sausage for 3 days. And always with the hot dogs. The man would kill his best friend for a Gene and Jude's hot dog. If he was ever on death row, his last meal would be 2 Gene and Jude's hot dogs and a Dr. Pepper. I want to thank Kevin S. for allowing us to create more content off of his stupidity. If you guys don't already have a copy of my books, this one here is entitled, once again, A Grateful Life, the life story of a husband, father, and taco-loving deadhead. And this is the autobiography of the first 45 years of my life. And this book here is entitled Dearest Renee, Letters from the Coronavirus War of 2020. And this is a collection of several letters I wrote to my wife in the form of Facebook posts while we were in quarantine. Both of them are available at the link in my bio. And if you buy one because you saw this video, send me an email. Say, hey, I just bought one of your books or 2 of your books or a few copies of your books because of that dumbass Kevin.